Hi, I'm Kent Blakeney, and I'm going to be presenting to you a bit of information about the free Bullying and Victimization Teacher Workshop I'd like to present at your school. 3 reasons why this will be effective. The first, your teachers will leave with a one-page summary of the most pertinent information regarding bullying and victimization according to current research. Second, your teachers are going to have a map of your school with areas highlighted with the likelihood of bullying and victimization happening. And finally, the results of a quick survey they take are going to be integrated into the workshop. I'll start off by introducing myself, my educational background, and a little bit about my research, and then get right into it by asking your faculty to fill out a bullying and victimization survey. It'll only take about 5 minutes to do, and there are 2 reasons for this. The first is so that I know where to direct the presentation itself, and secondly, it'll give your faculty a moment to think about bullying and also get familiar with some of the terms that we're going to use throughout the presentation. There are different ways they can take notes, from the mild version where they're given the complete set of notes to a spicy version where they're just given a framework and they have to fill in almost all the notes. All 3 versions will be available, and teachers will pick up whichever one they want when they walk in. We'll start off by talking about the definition of bullying and giving some examples and talking about how we define it in research. Once everybody understands what bullying is, we can move on to the next part, which is looking at some of the data I collected in my dissertation. This shows the grade level and likelihood to be victimized. And in this case, 6th graders were more likely than 7th and 8th graders to be victimized. So when presenting this slide, I'd take a moment or two to show the trend is going down, but also to note that while there are more 6th graders being victimized, there are also quite a few 7th and 8th graders that we need to look out for as well. The information from that slide is presented here on the left with the label Research. On the right are the responses from the faculty survey that they just took a few minutes ago. As you can see, the trends are the same, and your faculty pretty much got that 6th graders were more likely to be victimized than 7th and 8th graders. So we'd move on. However, if I found that the responses from your faculty looked something like this, we might spend a few minutes talking about why 6th graders are more likely to be victimized and why bullying decreases as we get to higher grades. We'll do this with several of the different items from the survey, and then at the end of this session, we'll start looking at what to look for as far as characteristics with bullies and victims, what to do when you suspect that a student might be bullied, and then where to look, the different places on campus that are most likely to have bullying occur. We'll use that information to create a map of your school. In this case, the hallways are red because it's likely that bullying is happening in the hallways. When we look at the main office and maybe the counseling area, those are green, not very likely. And then yellow would represent areas where some bullying occurs, but definitely not to the degree as the areas in red. The last part of the session will be questions and a discussion regarding anything that your staff wants to ask. I'm going to be presenting the information pretty quickly, so this will be an opportunity for them to ask any questions that I may not have been able to cover. So I am offering this for free, but I am asking schools to help out with the actual travel and lodging costs, as well as the cost of the copy materials, which shouldn't be too much. I plan on traveling to different regions. For example, I might hit Belgium, Luxembourg, in the Netherlands all in one trip, so the cost of travel wouldn't be that expensive, and I'm willing to stay with administrators or faculty, and I also have friends throughout Europe, so maybe I'll stay with them. But long story short, I'm not looking to make any money. I'm looking to spread the word about bullying and victimization with the idea that the more faculty know about it, the less it will happen. This is designed for middle schools because that's where bullying really centers on. Not much bullying happens in upper high school nor in lower elementary school. As you're thinking about who should be attending this workshop, the middle school faculty is a must. And then I would say after that, upper elementary school and maybe grade 9 and 10 would be the next best group. If you have an open campus or a campus where people move around quite a bit, then maybe you want to invite the whole staff. But definitely start with your middle school, and it's imperative that your middle school faculty attends the workshop if no one else does. If you're looking for more, here are some other services I can offer. I've worked with a variety of schools by giving student and faculty bullying and victimization surveys. That included implementation, analysis, and then presenting it as well if that's what you want. I just developed a parent workshop for the U.S. Embassy, so I'm willing to adapt that to a school. If you want parents to come in on the evening that I present to the faculty, that would be ideal. And then finally, if your school has a policy but you think it might need to be revamped or it's not very effective or you haven't used it in a while, I'd also be willing to come in and work with your administrative team on creating a policy around bullying and victimization. My contact information is here, so if you'd like to get in contact with me, I'd love to hear from you. Schedule a time when I could come visit your school, maybe learn a little bit more about your school. And with that being said, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so thanks so much for listening, and I hope to hear from you soon.